Hello, friends and neighbors! Tesweegie at the desk with the penultimate edition of the Saturday Stampede. Penultimate, second to last. Next week on the 16th will be the final edition of the Saturday Stampede, after which we will be in Out of the Park 23 and playing the Saturday Starlight. We'll be taking over the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars for that one. That's going to be fun. And I have to say, gang... EVC and NYC. I'm actually using Twitch Studio. I basically just have multiple scenes set up, and I just click, click, click all the way through. I used to run it in PowerPoint and screen share that, but I decided, you know what, this is easier. For me, at least. It's easier to maintain. I can just update the little bits and bobs that I care about. So, I need to quell about the stuff in Out of the Park 23, but we're going to wait for Gorgo to raid in before I get on my hobby horse here. Quick rundown of what happened last sim. We won the Japan series again. I swear, we broke this save. I don't know how... Like, I'm positive for the Bay Stars. Oh, good, Dishnet's here. We can get underway. I have no idea if we're going to be able to succeed this well next save. But we made some critical decisions for how the team makeup is going to look. In particular, we extended our captain, Nate Box, our new captain, I should say, newly anointed captain, to a 5-year, $14 million deal with an opt-out after year 3. I mean, look at this guy. Absolute stud. Comes one win away from completing the Triple Crown in his first season in NPB. Right, I was also going to adjust the contract I accidentally gave. Yeah, okay, no rules promised. That's perfect. That's exactly what I want. It is draft day today, and we will get to that in due time. So we extended him. We've got Brad Gatches for another year. His age 37 season, but I mean... It's been a while since we've had 2 wins above replacement from someone at the shortstop position. I am okay with that. This year will also be a chance for Kuniyoshi Kawamoto to figure out if he's going to be our long-term catcher. He completely turned his season around after he left the Dragons and joined us, so much appreciated. I did some digging around between streams and tried to figure out, who would be the best, which position I need to focus on in terms of improvements. Toichi Morishita is getting a sack full of money to stick around long term. Ditto for Juan Andre when he's ready. Jerry Lish is going to be moved out at the conclusion of his free agency year. So 2040, you can tell there's a lot of contracts coming up. Tony G, Jerry Lish, Brett Gatches, Oscar Munoz, Shinjiro Okuma. So I thought, okay, how can I replace those guys? So Shinjiro Okuma is going to be replaced with... He's not actually on the roster yet. So much for that idea. Let's look at the minors. There he is. So either going to be replaced by Kuniyuki Tanaka, who we have for the next 3 years. Yeah, like Okuma's got a change you, but he also has 3 other pitches, so not really that big of an issue. Gorgo and Company, thank you for joining me. Hopefully your Saturday is going well. Yeah, he's got a change oof, but, I mean, he's got 2 Sawamura awards, one of which he won in the year that we traded for him. He's been a dependable guy. He led the league in wins above replacement as a pitcher last season. Grizzly Old Dude, thank you for the follow. He also is our, I think he's got both the franchise single season and career K to BB ratio record. But either Kuniyuki Tanaka is going to replace him, 80 stamina, extreme ground baller. He's exactly who we want. Just that my coach never puts him in. Ooh, that Leon Santana got a nice increase in potential. I like to see that. Change oof, yes, but fastball, sinker, slider, I can work with that. The other option is Toshiro Nakamura here. Not a full change oof. Plus he's got that knuckle curve that's going to be devastating. I just hope he's ready to make the leap to the big club soon. Replacing Munoz is going to be tricky. He's Oscar Bleep and Munoz. Nice sideburns now, dude. When did you grow those? But that's what Jose Morales is for. Look at this guy. Yes. Eagerly looking forward to see what he's capable of. We just lost Seiji Taguchi to free agency, but Gani Valar knocking on the door. Next season, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a call-up. Yeah, so, Dish, I turned on international free agents for NPB, and that's where all this ridiculous talent is coming in, and that's why the Giants have been so damn good. They've had Victor Meza and Victor Ambriz for the last 7 years. I don't think I'm going to turn that on for the Saturday Starlight, but the reason why I did is because in the real NPB, the Hiroshima Toyo Carp have a Dominican academy. That's where Alfonso Soriano came through. And the Hawks are perpetually raiding Cuba and the Caribbean for talent. Where else are they going to find guys like Uriz Belgracial, Levon Moiniello, holy smokes. But Morales may actually end up being the replacement for Jerry Lish. I mean, the arm's nothing to sniff at, but the range is halfway decent. Jerry's going to be a hard guy to replace, I think. It's a shame. We also have Akio Morishita ready to replace Tony Gonzalez, praying that changeup develops. But he's got a forkball. He wouldn't be a Japanese player without it. Let's see who else. And Brad Gatches, that's probably going to be Shigochio Watanabe who's going to replace him. Again, 65 range. Solid. But there's a couple guys in the draft, and the draft is today, and that's what we're going to focus on at the outset here. So I've shortlisted the folks who I've got my peepers on. Guys like Kunihiko Anno, decent avoid Ks, decent home run pop. That's a corner outfielder. I also like that he's a leader and durable. Taro Fujiwara might be a late pick if his pitches develop. Curveball looks like it's already off to a great start. Splitter looks solid. As a reliever, I bet you he'd do well. Taisuke Hirabayashi, I like for that eye. He might be a little bit of a 3 true outcomes guy, but let's not forget, Onizuka is going to have to retire at some point. Munehiro Honda is probably not going to fall to me, but if he does, yes. Like, this is the exact opposite of a change oof. Look at that thing. Kiyoshi Imada. Big range. Meh bat. But if I wanted a new shortstop, Imada would be an excellent choice. Kageyama, good third base option. I like the contact and pop in the bat. I'm just, again, not sure if he's going to fall to me today. Seirio Kobayashi. Bit of a left carré, left bracket type bat. But I could work for him. That could work for him in a corner outfield situation. Munehiko Komori. Starting to get into like the pesky bat situation. Probably a good defensive third base option. Seiji Kondo, probably miscast at shortstop. I'd move him to second. Reminds me very much of Shunichi Kurosu in terms of bat profile. And Kurosu did finally make the big club. Let's not forget, he's an option as well to replace Oscar Munoz. Power bat, not quite there, but could be eventually. Like, yeah, these guys are mirror images. It's the Spider-Man meme with two guys pointing at each other. Akihisa Matsumoto is the best shortstop I have seen come through the draft this game. I mean, we were able to get Yonatoshi Kashiwabata in the 9th round. This guy could probably go top 5. Great personality, decent bat. And this is the song that I keep getting fraudulent DMCA claims for. There. I talked about this before, and I actually logged an issue on Twitch that because someone else uses that same royalty-free song from YouTube Audio Library, they try to claim DMCA on my videos. Silly. But yeah, Akihisa Matsumoto. Friggin' ridiculous. Looking forward to watching him go to someone else and be an absolute menace for someone who's not my team. Kakuya Mizokami is who the mock draft is predicting will go to me, and I am okay with this because high movement guys are kind of my jam. Cutter, curveball, changeup, the 3C pitches. I'd want to see... I mean, he's a lefty. Lord knows we have cornered the market on lefties. I'd want to see who else is available. Kunimitsu Otsuji would probably be a backup pitcher option. Changeup, yes, but fastball, curveball, slider can work. Seems reasonable, durable. But this is the guy who I think we are going to try and get if he falls to us. Our catcher of the future, Hideyuki Sakaguchi. Finally, a good bat in catchers with a 55 catcher ability. Yeah, that profiles very nicely. Lines up right alongside Kuniyoshi Kawamoto. Maybe not as good on the avoid case, but I'll take that. I mean, Kawamoto, if he has another good season, is going to get an extension, so we don't need to rush. Especially since down in the international complex, we've got Antero Karoa starting to develop. Again, I don't think I'm going to turn international FAs on for the Saturday Starlight because it kind of breaks the game. That's how I got Morales and Valar. We've also got Alex Mireles here. And he and Morales are going to have to fight over who gets the nickname. They've got the same one. I mean, they're both Venezuelan, so I guess that makes sense. So, I'm going to crack open the balcony door because it is turning into a steam bath in my apartment. I will be right back, and then we're going to get into the first round draft. We are drafting 15th of 16. Just like in the NPB, we flip leagues in terms of who goes first. And I'm eagerly looking forward to seeing the MLB draft lottery option in Out of the Park Baseball 23, because then it's going to be closer to the real NPB first round as opposed to what I tried to do over the first few Stampedes and wound up with us getting way too many good pitchers in Jitsuo, and probably is why I won 9 championships in a row. Anyways, I'm going to open the balcony door. So apologies in advance for the background noise. So, first overall, the Saitama Seibu Lions are going to go for the best pitcher in the draft, Tsuguto Okuhara. I don't know what every scout thinks. Why is a 35 changeup good enough to be best in the draft class? Your loss, Lions. All right, Swallows. Going for a pitcher, Yoshio Morimoto. Very solid option, but kind of a jerk. He's probably going to be able to make the Major League Club right out the chute, too. Let's take off. I have a filter for personality that keeps me from seeing the options that I don't care to see about. Alright. The Bears taking pitcher Isao Kodama. You better hope those pitches develop. Nice beard for an 18-year-old, too. Carp going for third baseman Takateru Nakaoka. Big home run bat. But personality's a bit of a sludge. We'll see about that. The Marines are going to take Yoshio Hosokawa, also a third baseman. Bit more of a balanced bat. Okay, there's hope for us yet. The Tigers. Tigers are going to get their new stud shortstop in Akihisa Matsumoto. He probably plays with the Major League club right out the chute. So, dang, lost one of the guys I had my eye on. There goes another one, Kiyoshi Kageyama to the Spirit. Good choice for them. Bay Stars. We'll take the other stud shortstop in Imada. Eagles are going to get Honda, who I had my eye on. Dragons. They're going to go for Mizukami. So I miss out on a chance to keep him. But I still see Seiji Kondo up in there, along with Sakaguchi. I spoke too soon. The Fighters have picked up Sakaguchi, and I don't think Mr. Tiger is an appropriate nickname for someone who just went up to Kita Hiroshima. Wait a minute. Yeah, this guy, the manager of the current Hokkaido Nipponhem Fighters, I need to give him his nickname. There we go. So, the Arrows finally made the playoffs. They're going to go for Seiji Kondo. So all the guys I had my eye on in the first round are fleeing. Hawks are going to take Akihide Kisuki. What's a 3-outcome player minus the third outcome? That is a very suspicious pick. Comets are going to take catcher Yoshinari Kobayashi. And that leaves us. This is going to be tough. Let's apply the congeniality filter. Are we really going to go for Kazunori Hongo as a bullpen arm? There's Hosaka. Bit of a trident bat. Don't trust that. Mitsugu Ito. Okay. I can vibe with this. Kawamura. No. Absolutely not. Murase, I'll pass. Oshima, no. Moto, Shimizu. Actually, that's not half bad. Now, is there anyone else who's got less of a good personality that I'm missing out on, like Tadaomi Matsuda? 6-pitch mix. He throws basically everything. But low adaptability, low work ethic. I try not to get low work ethic guys. Urase again. Ishimoto. Low intellect. Only 3 pitches. None of them are stellar. I am short on corner outfielders in the organization, though, so we're going to go with Moto Shimizu. And we're going to hope that some of the other guys I had on my short list will fall to us in the later rounds, like Amno down here. Why do I speak these players' names? Because then they immediately get drafted. Amno to the Giants. Dang it. Okay. So Hirabayashi went to the Arrows. Good draft for them. So we either go with Komori or Otsuji. And I think we're going to go with Otsuji here. I mean, we're going to be drafting again in 3 picks anyway. So we can still go get Komori. Okay, so we're good on catchers. For once, I don't think we actually need to draft any. Our outfield is really our deepest issue on the minor league club. Reminds me, I need to start looking at who to replace. Who's aged out here? Sekiguchi has. So let's add him on the trading block. Masahi Suzuki, yeah. Yeah, he's getting released. I know I'm doing this too late, and now it's actually adding money to my costs here. Yeah, Yuki Kubo is on his way out. The problem with the minor league system is it is too easy to just hoard players and then nobody gets enough play time. So that's why I tend to do a little bit of a purge every once in a while. Yeah, we're going to keep Dobi still. We're going to keep Hamada. Yeah, Jun Nakamura is a weird duck because... You know what? Let's try shopping him. We're not gonna actually we're not able to make the trade because okay, nobody offers him a single anything. Oh yeah, so we're just gonna release him. Age 26 can't break the major league roster. Bye-bye. Now we're going to see Kyuya Mukai take over in DH. That I agree with. Mukai is basically the captain of the minor league team. But we only have one true left fielder and a bunch of center fielders, like Hideji Noda, who really should be up with the big club soon with that defense. Yeah, this is the issue. How do you make sure all your players are getting trained up properly? Hamada should absolutely be up with the big club eventually. It's been tricky to get guys up there. It's hard to get turnover. So, 4th round, we still have to make some options here, or choices. Now seems as good of a time as any to pick up Tadao Fujiwara. Not exactly the best pitcher, but I think we can make something good of him. Besides, there's always a run on pitchers late in this draft. Actually, let's go for Asai if he still falls to us, too. There. That'll replace all the pitchers. Amano could be a decent defensive second baseman. Yeah, let's put it on him. Are there any good batters left? Ooh, Kobayashi's still around. Oh, absolutely. Because Kobayashi is miscast as a center fielder. This is a corner outfielder for sure. Especially with that bat. I think he'll play well. I think we may need to start doing some proper cleanup of the minor league system. In NPB, teams usually have a 70-player organization limit, and then on top of that, a handful, maybe 10, of players they call ikusei under a developmental deal. Those are the guys with like the triple-digit jersey numbers. We're at 81 players right now, and we keep drafting. So... okay, you know what? We're going to go with Kawakami if he still falls to us. Dang it. Okay. We do need a catcher because we're probably going to be releasing one of our existing plug catchers. Yeah, Hayashi. We'll go with him. We could probably stand to get some better fielders. Like Kenji Tamaki here. Absolutely could play elsewhere on the diamond. Good personality, too. So we're going to go... ooh. Or Norihito Yoshimoto. Tough call. Why not get both? Tamaki and flip him around to be an infielder. I mean, he's going to be stuck behind Jose Morales anyway, but... I think that's it. Alright, let's take a look at the minor league system to see who we can release or call up. We could probably afford to get another third baseman up top. Are we going to register Fujimoto? No, we're going to register Ishida. He's going to come up. Solid looking club at the moment. I think Toshiyuki Suzuki is probably going to get booted down because we got Hideji Noda waiting down in the minors. Where is he? There he is. Decent or comparable bats. Noda does have the better range, though. Yeah, but you know what? We'll let them fight it out during spring training. All right, on the minors. Let's see, who do we want to ditch? I agree with the starting rotation set. Yokoyama is knocking on the door of actually being a decent starter. Stamina's gone up. Movement is exactly where I want it to be. Sinker, changeup, splitter, forkball is a great 4-pitch mix. So he's knocking on the door. Let's at least call up guys like Tanaka and Toshiro, just so we can see what the team looks like without them. This guy was an acquisition from the indie leagues. I think he'll do well. All right, so who's stuck? Yeah, Hosaka. So while we're here, let's actually, you know what? I'll save the conversation for when we are speed running through the off season. Yukiyoshi Sato. Why do I even have you? Oh, because you're a halfway decent starter. Okay, that makes sense. I want to stretch out Yokoyama. I think he can do well in a starting role. So we're going to keep Sato a little bit longer. But we are going to release Hosaka. I have money to burn, so like adding the cost is not that big of a deal for me. Is anyone stuck in the 2020s? Matsushima here. I don't know why that guy's rated that highly, whatever. There's the guy we just drafted, and Fujiwara. 8th round pick, never developed into anything. Yeah, let's hit the bricks, pal. Okay, 20 pitchers I think is a good amount for the minor league system. So then on the batter side, we gotta trim by another 9 players. I think one of those has to be Kanichi Kondo. Kazutomo Suzuki is just that much better and has actually made it to the big club. I had high hopes for Kondo, he just couldn't pan out, so... Arrivederci. Iguchi, a 10th round pick, hasn't been able to get any play time. What are you doing? No, go back, go back, go back. At least keeping the guys, the team young does help. Ochiai hasn't even picked up a defensive rating. Obata. We gotta, I think we need to... Part of me wants to trim down on catchers, but I also know that If we do, we're probably going to end up with injuries, and catchers are a good thing to keep around. Aside from looking like some sort of zombie, like, Ippei Hira just doesn't get playtime. So he's going to be someone we're going to boot. I mean, captaincy is not an issue. Leadership is not an issue. We draft very well for personalities. Oh no, we have 5 catchers? Okay, we can definitely afford to yeet one of them. So Murata still got the highest. Is it Keiichi Tanaka? Or Hayashi? We just drafted Hayashi. Why would I get rid of him? Yeah, I think it's going to be Tanaka who we release. Alright, first baseman. Hira is the one we're going to be saying goodbye to. Low work ethic, 7th round pick last year. Yeah, Kurosu is also gone. I think we're good on second baseman. I think we have enough of them. How many more players do we need to release? 3? Okay. That was this year's draft. Keep Suzuki, keep Hamada. Yeah, I think we gotta release a couple second basemen. Who's the pluggiest of these? Yeah, we just got in the 6th round? No. Yeah, I think it might be Arai. Drafted in 2015, haven't... Oh, hey, Tranquil Hill Farms, good to see you. And yeah, NPB does play 143. I think it's 17... No, it's 24 games against each other team in your league, plus 3 games, just 3, against the other 6 in the other league. Okay, my math is off. I think it's 20... Must be 25 games against every team in your league. Yes, plus 18 and 1 for each interleague for 143. Since we expanded to 16 teams, we are playing, I think 17 or so games against our own league, and then again, still 3 home or all away per team in the interleague. Okay. I feel like that gets better. And we're being buzzed from above by a propeller plane. Fun. Okay, yeah, this Shinichi Miyamoto, not a defender. Yeah, we need guys who can actually defend, so let's release Miyamoto. And I think that gets, yeah, 41. Yeah, you know what, that's enough cutting of the fat from the team. So we do have free agents that we're looking to sign. Tamon Kawai wants a minor league deal. I was a dummins and gave it to him before the Rule 5 draft, so I think he'll play best as a platoon counterpart to Kazuya Ota, especially with that versus lefty splits. So I'm looking forward to getting Kawai on the club, as well as Ichiyo Suzuki. Not Ichiro, Ichiyo. Booted out of the Tigers organization, I think he can deliver value in the starting rotation. Otherwise, as much fun as it would be to have a reunion with Ryo Ota, he's asking for way too much money. You want to look at a team that took a beating in the offseason summary? The Giants lost Victor Meza, Teruaki Sato, Ryo Ota, and Naoki Murata. Weird to see a slide oof instead of a change oof, but okay. Baystars also had a rough go, losing Fukuchi, Acosta, Luan Diaz, Arita, Mad Dog 1981, thank you for the follow, and one-time Buffalo Dave Gold. So let's skip to the winter meetings and see if we can get some of our signings in. So now I can kvel. Holy smokes, Out of the Park Baseball 23 looks like it's going to be fun. We finally got ties! It's been decades since we've been asking for them, and Out of the Park Baseball and Out of Park Developments have finally delivered for us NPB and KBO players ties. No more 18-inning nonsense. No more Manfred Man. Well, maybe in Major League Baseball, but that's their problem. But we can finally have ties in the game, and that alone is worth the upgrade. But then they went and added alternate uniforms. I've already made the alternate uniforms for the Out of the Park forums. I don't even know what the file format's going to be for Out of the Park 23. I went ahead and did it anyway. And those are now in the complete NPB uniforms pack that you will be able to find in my links here on Twitch, as well as in my link tree. I'm going to post the link to the thread in here. Go download this mod. I spent time making it. I also saw that pants are going to be available as a customization option. Cool. I never look at them. The one alternate jersey I haven't made. Okay, not the one. There are a few I haven't made because the Yokohama DNA Baystars have put out a collaboration with the J-League team, the Yokohama F Marinos, for 3 games. I'm not making an alternate jersey for just 3 games. Same for Chunichi and their Shoryu jersey, because it's way too complex and also only for 3 games. I know that the Orcs Buffaloes are going to be dropping a new summer jersey. The one they released for Sunday games with pinstripes looks great, and that's in the pack. All right, Tamon Kawai and Ichiyo Suzuki, both now members of the Orcs Buffaloes. But the one I'm not making, the one I refuse to make, is the Hanshin Tigers Ultra Summer jersey for this year. They decided to take every single summer jersey from the last decade that they've been doing them and smoosh them together. It is hideous. Take a look at the link I just posted in the chat. I adore the Hanshin Tigers. They are my Central League team, but someone needs to revoke their Photoshop license. Anyways, we've got players designated for assignment. So Ichiyo Suzuki moves up into the... But he's still not in the rotation because my manager has a love fest for Bunzo Mori. Alright, you know what? I'm fed up with this. Goodbye, Change-U. This is the literal nuclear option, but I do not want these guys. I know I'm intentionally making my players worse. I get that. But I cannot stand having change-oofs in my rotation. I'm okay with Zaijiro Koide because he actually can pitch even though his movement stinks. I'm okay with Okuma because he's got 3 other pitches. But no, I do not want Sonoda or Mori anywhere near my starting rotation. Akio Morishita is right here, guys. He's earned the chance to start. Oh yeah, Keiichi Noguchi also left in free agency. Masuo Umeda is going to be taking over as our full-time right fielder, but we got Juan Andreu right there to lend a hand if the need arises. And is Kawai? Yeah, Kawai's Rule 5 draft eligible, so we're not going to waste any time. We're just going to call him up. There, he's going to be our right fielder, our left fielder versus lefty batters. The one platoon split we do, it's Kazota in left and Jeets as a DH. Oh yeah, Jitsuo Onizuka. Next season's going to be his age 36 year. We'll see if he can still meet his vesting options. Our coach has him in the leadoff spot, and he only responded by being the best in the league at OBP. That 115 walks is a franchise record. You remember the presentation I put together for the 75th episode of the Stampede that showed off all of our team's records and all that stuff, who was the best at each individual stat per season and whatnot. Yeah, we go to the batters leaderboard. On base percentage, Yoshida had... Oh, sorry, where's the walks? Walks. Masataka Yoshida had the record. Jeets beat it by 3. With a couple more seasons, Jitsuo Onizuka will become the team's best on-base threat. Absolute stud. So yeah, needless to say, like the pitching or the position ratings now having potential, great, love to see it. I'm already pre-ordered Out of the Park Baseball 23. I'm jazzed about it, and I hope you will be able to do, or hope you are as well. I'm already thinking about the house rules for what we're going to be doing in that game. So any interesting signings here? Just a bunch of chaff. Did any of the guys I release? Okita to the Carp, interesting. Kyung-Hwan Kim goes from the Kiwoom Heroes over to the Hawks. So in terms of the house rules, I think we've already agreed on 2. The Bork rule, named after Ray Bork, whereby I must acquire, before the trade deadline, the player with the longest tenure who has not won a championship, as well as the Kozono rule, named after Kaito Kozono in this save, whom we traded for and then immediately traded away the following offseason. I'm not going to do like the trade count restriction like I've done here with the Stampede. Because I want to, actually have more trades. I want to use the new multiplayer shop a player function. That looks awesome. But we are going to say, with the Kozono rule, any player you acquire by trade cannot be traded away. You have to either cut them or let them leave through free agency. All right, some more interesting signings coming in. Kazuya Ota, not ours, the other guy, to the Tigers. Nobuyuki Honda for re-ups with the Eagles. Norihiro Ishida to the Tigers, 3 years at $840K. Oh, he's a bit of a jerk, but I mean, he'll do well over in Hanshin. Masato Morishita, trying once more to win a championship, goes to the Hawks. $3.24 million for 1 year. Oh, yoy. So the Hawks rotation not only has Eiju Nakamura, who has been their erstwhile ace for ages, they still got YY at age 40. Still looks so weird. So damn weird. Hisakazu Kishi, and now Masato Morishita. They're going to be a thorn in our side next season. Alright, winter meetings are going on. That's nice. When I say we speed run the offseason, I mean it. So I'm trying to think if there's other house rules I should add to make the Saturday Starlight a little more challenging, a little more interesting. I'm going to turn on the draft lottery. Of course, I'm turning on ties. I'm interested to see how the new catcher framing model will work, because catcher ability is, you know, kind of a meme in the Out of the Park community with how overpowered it is. So I'm interested to see if that gets any better or worse. Ryo Ota is heading somewhere sunny. He goes to the Okinawa Kirin Spirit. That's got to be a 3-year deal at that TCV. 2? They got him for $6 million per? Spirit, what are you doing? Wow! I mean, good for Kirin. They're going to be a troublesome team next season, but like, whew, okay. Murata, probably miscast as a reliever, goes to the Fighters. And that bugs me. I'm going to have to spend some time fixing my Fighters uniform design, because misaligning the gap in the again, asymmetrical jerseys, I hate them. The neckline, that's going to be bugging me. Machida to the Lions. Old friend Akira Ishikawa goes from the Bears to the Eagles on a 2-year deal. Skip, good to see you, my man. So the Bears voided the team option and bought out Ishikawa. He heads to the free agency market. We got to give him his original number back, though. Dang it. Shimabukuro, okay. Shiguchi, 2 years, 2 mil from the Carp. Free True Outcomes guy. I'm also eager to see what the choice packs look like in Perfect Team 23. So Dishnet on the call for the Perfect Team reveal in a couple weeks' time. That's going to cause some interesting ripple effects for a packs-only club like my mainline club is going to be. Because if it's a packs-only club but I can still choose cards, is it still a packs-only club? These are the kinds of thoughts that kept me out of the really good schools. Alright. Let's see. More signings, more signings, more signings. Wow. Busy free agent market this year. Yokoyama hits the Marines. Why? Old friend Yoshihiro Fujioka hits back to the Kansai area. He's with the Tigers now, 1-year deal. Old friend Masaya Kyoyama, 40 years old, back to the Hawks. Yuki Yoshitago cashes in 1.46 for 4 years to the Fighters. That's a contract ender. Takanibu Matsuda, former Buffalo, heads to the Tigers. Good signing for them. Shihide Usui, really good batter, not so good catcher. From the Tigers to the Eagles on a 2-year deal. Fukuchi from the Bay Stars to the Carp, 4 years for that. Okay. Yoshio Ota to the Giants. Arrows made a signing, good for them. Kota Makihara from Eagles to Giants to replace Victor Meza. Victor Meza himself goes to the Hawks. And he's got domestic free agent rights. I mean, it's only a 1-year, $5.2 million deal, but wow! If you take a look at the finances report, we're now 5th in payroll. The Bears nudged themselves up into the upper echelons. Did they extend Suehiro? Is that why? Oh, they just got a salary bomb this year. And they haven't extended Akinori Suehiro. Man, they just got rocked by injuries. If you take a look at the finances report, Ryo Ota's $6.3 million salary with the Okinawa Kirin Spirit is the largest in the league by far. Victor Meza's 1-year deal right behind them. And oh look, it's us. Our deal with Jay Tanaka and Jitsuo Onizuka. But, I mean, how could I say no to Junichiro Tanaka? Led the league in innings pitched, led the league in wins, kept Nate Box from picking up a complete or a triple crown, so okay. And then there's Oscar Bleepin' Munoz. Never quite got to that echelon. He peaked at $4 million. You want to talk about someone who's worth every penny? Oscar Bleepin' Munoz. So, do I have anyone exposed in? I don't think I have anyone exposed. I'm pretty sure I just released everyone who could be. Anyone good? There's Kato again. We returned him to the Carp after he failed to make the club. Keizo Oka. Don't like the personality. Goto, ditto. Takami, pass. Right? Age 25 and still hasn't fully developed. Yeah. Fuji. He hasn't figured out the circle change yet. I don't think he ever will. Yeah, there's no one here who's really caught my eye as a... Masaru Sato was a part of our championship teams? What was he doing? Must have just been a middling pitching arm. Oh, at age 37. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. He was good. He was good when he was with us. Now he kind of looks like a Richter scale kind of pitcher. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be participating in this year's Rule 5 draft. Julio Vasquez goes from the Eagles to the Swallows. Chris Pixley. Decent batter. From Fighters to Carp. Shinjiro Yoshioka from the Hawks to the Bears. Questionable call. Yukitsuda Kobayashi from the Fighters to the Spirit. I can see why that would work. This deal to me screams just trying to pay the bills until the majors want me. Keiichi Noguchi heads elsewhere. Off to the Arrows. Buddy got paid! $14 million over 4 years. That's impressive. Good for the Arrows. I mean, Noguchi did kind of have a career season last year. 4.1 wins above replacement, 54 stolen bases to lead the league. The problem with Noguchi was always that I always had someone better in right field, whether it was Andreu or Igawa. Good to see that he's going to get a chance to pick up some cash, some dinero. Cub still playing, heads to the Tigers. 2 years, $930K. That's not bad. You know what's bad, or you know what's scary when the Hanshin Tigers are making good signings? And not, paying Raul Alcantara and Mel Rojas Jr. to play in the minors. Just double checking, I don't have to adjust my fantasy baseball. There's real baseball going on now. Sorry, there's Major League Baseball going on now. NPB's been going for 2 weeks, KBO's been going, and CPBL been going for a week. But now there's Major League Baseball. I was at a sports bar last night to watch the Blue Jays face the Rangers. If there's any Rangers fans watching right now, shrug? Sorry? The Texas Rangers were leading 7-0 after 4 innings. They lost that game 10-8. The Blue Jays are something scary good. Like spooky scary good. I feel like this year I'm going to try and be more invested in Major League Baseball. I just don't want to get monomaniacal between the Twitch streaming and following the overseas leagues. I'm trying to be a well-rounded person, That's why I'm still going to do Wariology on Wednesdays. Get some softball in during the upcoming season. That's going to start up in a month. And I have something else that I've been kind of doing that if you go take a look at my link tree and you click on some of the links in the link tree, you might know what I've been up to. I haven't officially made it, any connection between this and that. but something may happen this month that will require me to do so. So I think that's enough vague speak for now. I try to keep my personal and my alias online presences slightly distaff, a little bit of signal to noise. Okay, whole bunch of signings. Anyone we know and care about. Former Buffalo Mutsuto Shima, back to the Arrows for a year. Draft bust Kanya Kikuchi, sticking around with the Lions, or going back to the Lions. Carter Young gets another year to play with the Comets. Old friend Shosei Nakamura to the Bay Stars on a 3-year deal for a 39-year-old? That's another thing. The player development engine in Out of the Park 23. I'm curious to see how it's going to look. I may just have to set the NPB up, run it for a decade, and see how many old boys are still kicking around before we start up the Saturday Starlight. Otherwise, I'll need to adjust the aging curves again. Natsuki Endo from the Tigers to the Lions, so we're going to see him again. RJ Portman to the Lions. Victor Acosta to the Marines. That's a good signing. But he got his free agent rights, getting paid. The Hawks are currently leading the offseason, though, adding Meza and Morishita. That's setting them up in a big way. Is Taguchi still kicking around? Yeah, no one signed tags yet. Or NPB's hit king, Junjiro Matsumoto. $6 years at $3 million. No, let's not. Teruaki Sato on the shelf. Munetaka Murakami wants to stay in the majors. Kimoto, ostensibly a two-way guy. But has been stuck in the minors. Can he still pitch? Kind of, but I wouldn't want to give money to a guy who's best termed as wrecked. So let's put him back to being a right fielder and move on. Did anyone get elected to the Hall of Fame this year? Seiya Suzuki, almost unanimous. Well done, sir. 424 home runs, 2,511 hits, 301 batting average. You know, the Seiya Suzuki who's with the Cubbies right now. Instead of going to the Cubs, he stayed with the Carp until 2023. We picked him up, I think it was a trade and then extension, and he went on to burn down the Pacific League as part of our V9 dynasty. Put up 6.6 wins above replacement in his year 35 or age 35 season. Went to the Bay Stars on a gigantic contract and promptly stunk up the joint. You want to talk about a dumb trade? So we gave up a plug and we gave up Katsuki Azuma, Futa Tanioka, and Hiroto Mori for Seiya Suzuki, and he just went to town. Then he went to the Bone Stars. Bay Stars. What am I reading? Went to the Bone Spurs. Good grief. Still, good for him. Made the Hall of Fame. We have our single trade available to us now. But I don't think we're in that much of a rush to do so. I'm okay with keeping it a quiet off-season. I I mean, we've got our own salary bomb coming up in 2040 that we've got to be watchful for. Teruaki Sato back to the Tigers. Signings still filtering in here. I think the issue was I turned on revenue sharing. So the big guys like the Giants and the Hawks aren't spending money as frequently. Ditto for the Eagles. And now you're seeing teams like the Arrows, the Spirit, the Comets throwing more money around. I think I'm going to leave revenue sharing off for the Bay Stars game. I feel like that's something where it would help, and I don't think I need that much help anymore when it comes to this game. Okay. Let's catch up on the news. Teruaki Sato, $14 million over 3 years. Are you nuts? Especially since he's still very much injured. Fragile. Why this guy never played third is beyond me. He is an archetypal third baseman. At least how he developed in this save. Leudy Pena. Interesting. $4.4 million for 1 year. After a long career in the majors. Multiple outfield positions. 85I. That's what they're going for. Career 365 on base in the majors. Over 1,000 walks, 373 home runs. That's your stereotypical sign someone in Japan sort of thing. I swear, if Bunzo Mori is the one who is still going to be in the starting rotation, he may be the guy we trade. I'm not going to, fire Jeff Geary over this, but really wouldn't mind doing that. Alright. Are we opening the season at home or on the road? We will be on the road visiting the Eagles and hosting the Lions. In Interleague, visiting Nagoya and Hiroshima, hosting the Swallows and the Comets. We're going to be heading to Koshien for the Kansai Classic. Visiting the Bay Stars, or hosting the Bay Stars and the Arrows, and visiting the Tokyo Dome, where, after we swept the Giants again, ha 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 ha, that's going to be fun. Oh yeah, and Takeuchi's our stopgap center fielder until Gani Valar is ready. Let's skip ahead to spring training and let's speed run through that. We may actually start the 2039 season at this pace. Give you something to tune in for. We'll see how we do with timing and pacing. HX schedule-wise. Okay, so Depending on when we wrap up, I think we're going to go flip over, or we're going to be raiding into DishNet. I tuned into his Great Ace Attorney Chronicles 2 session yesterday. The man is an excellent voice actor. I will give him that much. Gripping would be the right term to use for that stream session. Oh, rehab setback for Teruaki Sato. Poor guy just can't get healthy. Enjoy your wrecked tag. Alright. Fans are not happy about Taguchi leaving. Of course! Of course he goes to the Eagles. That's where our center fielders go. He's following in the great tradition of Yuki Sato. 6 years at that? That's very reasonable. So the Eagles are going to be a thorn in our side as well. I mean, they have the reigning MVP, Danny Paramo. Pitching rotation looks a little suspect. And injured. They got Ishikawa as our closer now. What could have been had we only traded for Tsukasaburo Doi when we had the chance. So we're going to keep that trade in our back pocket because I suspect... You know what? No, our trade is going to be Bunzo Mori if he continues to not be played. Or continues to be in the starting rotation. I'm taking away the toys from my coach. Alright, we can't bring up Morales and Valar and anyone because we already have our maximum for free agents. That's fine. Let's turn off the force start for Yokoyama. Credit where credit is due. Shimizu looks like he could actually play right out the chute. Yeah, we're not going to be bringing up too many guys for free agency. Or for spring training. You know, make our coaches' decision making a little easier. I think we have enough pitchers. Don't think we need to call up every single pitcher. Yeah, that looks better. I don't get it. I have gotten rid of his third pitch. He should not be in the starting rotation anymore. I already have suggested him to be a reliever. Anyways, I'm hoping for good things for the injury front, because we managed to avoid injuries almost entirely last year. Let's skip ahead to March 16th. So the offense is coming out firing. Five teams tied at the top. Now 3 teams tied at the top. Okay, so Morishita is batting .542. Umeda's looking like a stud. Akio Morishita has moved into the starting rotation. Yes, Zaijiro Koide is closer. I am on board with this. Guy who had one bad spring training start. I like Waluigi as in the closer role. I just don't get the Bunzo Mori affinity. Thank you, Dave. Wah! Okay, so first cuts of the season. Mostly going to be our starting rotation down in the minors. Especially since the minor league team starts up before the major league one. March 25th. Making sure we have enough guys down there is kind of important. Force Yokoyama into the starting rotation. Thank you. Where's that injured guy? Futamata has already been put on the list. I hope he develops into something decent. Wasn't what I want to do, but okay. Okay, no, he's trash. Partially torn UCL, made him trash. Box, Tony G, Akio, Okuma, Jay Tanaka. Love it. But we are going to have to... We're going to have to shop around Bunzo Mori so my dunderhead coach stops putting him in the rotation and gives Kuniyuki Tanaka that spot instead. Or Ichio Suzuki. Like, I'm giving him the toys to play with. He's just ignoring me. I have to take away his toys. This is how this works. Alright, batting stats. Game type, spring training. So Kawamoto has not had a good start to the spring training schedule. Hopefully he can turn that around. Tamaki and Izumi are going to go down. So we'll roll with Munoz, Kurosu, and Ishida and see who does best out of those. Shimasaki, nope. Credit where credit is due. Andre is kicking butt. Lish needs to get his stuff in gear. Komori and Fujimoto and Kasahara or Yasuhara. So of these guys, I want to keep 3 shortstops up with a big club. So let's send down Fujimoto and Komori. Gachis, Watanabe, and Yasuhara. I'm okay with that. Tamon Kawai's doing okay, I guess. Same with Ota. Okay, I guess. Takeuchi's having a rough spring. Balto, Shimizu needs more time down the minors. Koike has done okay as a pinch hitter. I would not put him anywhere in the field, but could be a future DH option. Let's send him down. Actually, let's send down a couple more guys. Let's really refine this roster. So, Lish needs to get his stuff in gear if he wants to actually make the club. Otherwise, we may have to go to Gani Valar as one of our foreign player slots. Next gap in spring training is the 29th. Bunch of injuries. Couple season enders. Jay Tanaka, strained back. Let's let him rest that. We're not putting Tanimoto in the starting rotation. Not when Kuniyuki Tanaka is right there. And Toshiro Nakamura is right there. And Ichio Suzuki is right there. I'm going to have to trade away these guys. Whoa, hold up. I missed something. Gotchas is injured. Hit the stop button. Out 4 weeks, hamstring strain. How come I didn't get a notification for that? So with Gotchas on... Is it time? I think it's time. The Gani Valar era has started for the Orcs Buffaloes. And I think we're going to send Noda down in response. And we're going to call up another shortstop. And that shortstop will be Fumitoshi Ishida. Alright, Shigochio Watanabe, it's your show now. Valar picks up an RBI in his first game. No, you're not getting number 18. Sorry, that number is taken. Let's give you just regular old 8. Taguchi's old number. Ooh, is that mean? No, maybe not 8. What number did you have in the minors there, Gani? We are running out of low digits. Yeah, you get 9. Ishikawa is no longer a member of the club. I'm okay with that. It is worth pointing out that Brad Gotches does have a vesting option in his contract, so he may not be sticking around full-time. Alright, J Tanaka's healthy again. We are still in a position where Bunzo Mori is going to be traded away. Credit where credit is due. Waluigi has come back into the closer role with force. But I worry if I trade away Mori, that's who's going to go into the rotation. Alright, so Valar does have his first home run in spring training. Kind of suffered a bit of a schneid ride for a while. Alright, let's look at who is going to be sent down. Honda, yes. Okay, if we do send down Mori, if we got rid of him, he'd try Tanimoto. If we got rid of him, we put Waluigi in. How far down the list do we have to go before he finally puts in Kuniyuki Tanaka? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm okay with Waluigi in the starting role. I do not want Mori or Tanimoto in that spot, though. I think we may have to trade these guys finally. I think this may be our move. It's rare that I make a deal that's going to actively hurt my team. Where's Tanimoto? But it's clear that my coach has no bleeping idea on how to run my starting rotation. Nobody wants to give me a decent prospect. Okay, what about a regular? Okay, there's better options now. Shimoda. Not liking the movement. Yamaguchi as a closer was trash last season. Then again, most of the Marines are trash. Tony Espo, I'll pass. No, not Hiroshi Suzuki. Might be Taro Yamaguchi, a pending free agent. But at least he's an undeniable starter. And a lefty. So, bookmark that as a potential deal. Hatano. No. Nakamoto, pass. Might be Nakashima here. Only 3 years of service, wins above replacement. Looks like exactly the kind of pitcher I'd want. Ooh. No, we're going to pick up Toshio Suzuki. Even if he just goes into the bullpen because he's not showing up here as a starter. A fan fave? I can get behind that. Oh, wait a minute. No, we're getting the good numbers now. All right. The guy they just signed. Hidetake Tsuji. Change Youth, but Sinker Cut or Curveball, you can work with that. Contract is kind of a gong show, though. Hatsuo Tanaka. No, he would be going into the rotation. I'm not picking up him. Kawata. Pending free agent. I had my eye on Meitetsu Suzuki as a potential captain or DH option, but we already got Tamon Kawai. I don't think we need Meitetsu. Shizo Abe. Jerk, okay. No, not Tanaka. Not picking up Iwata back from the Giants. Sakumoto. No, he's fragile. Hirai from the... No. Ishimoto's a jerk. Okay, so we're looking at... You know what, let me... I think we're getting close to what I want. We may be making this deal with the Lions, so... Not Hatano. It was Nakashima or Toshio Suzuki. About equal on movement. Love the 6-pitch mix from Suzuki. Fastball, curveball, changeup, splitter, knuckle. Four-pitch mix, fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. Nakashima does have the better stamina. And Nakashima's also been the one who's been starting. This is a tough call, gang. Because the alternative is someone like Yamaguchi, Captain, Iron Man, but pending free agent. Let's just do one last shop. Focus just on starters. We're not sending these guys to the Hawks. I feel bad enough about sending them to the Lions, for Pete's sake. Yeah, I think that's the deal. Nakashima, former first-round pick, still has 4 years of arbitration eligibility. And he'll do better with the infield that we have versus the one that the Lions have. Now, can we do this without Tanimoto? We could do this without Tanimoto. Thus, we can try and keep Tanimoto. Because the thinking is Nakashima would definitely be in the starting rotation. Or do I take away both the toys of my manager and try and pick up a prospect from the Lions? I think that may be the play. someone like Kawamura. Chikafusa Doi, okay. No, not interested. Unless we had someone like Haruyoshi Suzuki. Right, well, if we're going to get better, let's get better. Adding in someone like Katsutoshi Matsushita. Wow, they really like him. Right, let's look at players on the 40-man then. Shinohara, strained forearm, is out. Kaneko is wrecked. Saito. They are probably not going to want to give up him. Oh, they got Junjiro Matsumoto as a free agent. Okay. Nah, not Bustamante. Okay, so they're not going to be willing to give up Kita. What about someone like Kingo Arai? Oh, both managers hate it. Okay, that's a first. No, not Tadashi Tada. Not Natsuki Endo. Okay, not him either. Haruhisa Kato, though. Okay, so we can get Kato then. Extreme ground baller, lefty, good 4-pitch mix, and 1 curveball. That I can get behind. Salazar. Okay, let's park this deal for now. Let's take a look at the lines and see who they've got. That'd be worthwhile. Interesting that they're going with a 3-catcher mix. That's it's an interesting call. I think this is going to be our trade. Get rid of Mr. Ground and Pound, Mr. 25 Control, and why is my coach starting this guy? It's a shame. I should stop fretting and just go for it, right? Actually, hold on. Adding Yamano as a bullpen arm. We could give up only someone like Hamasaki is actually going to be a decent starter eventually. Let's not give up Noda. I think this is the deal. Mori and Tanimoto taking away 2 of the toys of my manager for Nakashima and Kato. There we go. So that puts Waluigi in the rotation. Okay. My manager. And we're certainly not putting Tanaka in as closer. That's not happening. I'm okay with Nakashima being a setup guy, and Kato helping out in the bullpen. I think the bullpen looks pretty darn strong. Sonoda as closer. I mean, he was a lights out last year. Fully expect him to continue to be a boss. Alright, we gotta make our final few cuts. So Kawamoto did finally figure it out to some extent, but we're gonna send Doi down. Ditto for Hamada, he's blown his chance. Ishida, we're gonna have to keep around because we got injuries, so we're gonna flip him around to be our backup shortstop. Are we sending down Lish? I think we're going to have to send down... Suzuki's really done well, though. We do not need 3 center fielders, though. Yeah, I hate to do this to Kazutomo, but I think it's pretty clear. And I want Toshiro Nakamura down in the minors, stretched out to be a starter. That Kuniyuki Tanaka contract may have been the dumbest thing I've done in this game. He's supposed to be better. Oh, wow, no, his stats went way down the pipe. Oh well, it's only money. We've got plenty. Your problem now, Seibu. Alright, let's skip ahead to opening day. I mean, was that the right call instead of firing my manager? Who knows? Probably not. Because I don't want to shake up the room too badly. The coaching staff, to their credit, have been solid. Even after Satoshi Nakajima decided to retire, Jeff Geary has been just about all you can expect. Alright, saving everything. As I watch the clouds roll overhead here in Tirana. Yeah, Kuniyuki Tanaka took a major hit in my scouts' ratings. But durable right-hander who's got lots of stamina will always find a home here. Sonoda now having an 80 stuff and 35 movement. Okay, so basically the cheap version of Waluigi, but cutter slider, that'll be nice. Watanabe gets faster. Scatches. So I feel like this is the team we're going to go out and play with. I'm curious to see if Valar has done well in the center fielder role. And if Jerry Lish is going to get his stuff together so that we can actually, play him. Hopefully this isn't the start of the decline phase for him. Brandon Whitefield back to the Carp. Alright, bunch of worrying batting averages. Sports Ghost, yeah, it's spring training, I know. I'm not willing to cut and run on Lish yet, but he is 35. Box, Tanaka, Okuma, Gonzalez, Morishita, and Waluigi as our starting rotation. I don't like how my coach has constructed the bullpen. Oh well, Oscar Munoz is still Oscar Munoz. You can't be good forever. And the fact that I spent my one trade getting rid of two perfectly serviceable bullpen arms. It is what it is. Anyways, we're going to do the opening day in Rakuten, or at Sendai. Then we're going to go to the home opener. That's going to be our... Okay, Gotcha's still not quite 100%. Cut one more player. I think it's got to be Valar. Gatchez is going to be back eventually. Plus, this avoids me starting his service clock yet. Shall we get Sal Nava up instead? See if he can... No, he's not joining the rotation. Yeah, I know Sports Ghost. He's only 20. He will recover from this. Besides, Takeuchi and Toshiyuki Suzuki both had really good springs. At least until Gatches is back. And we do have a foreign player slot waiting for him when he comes back. Chikara Arita went to the Arrows. Oh, that's going to be a fun. Alright, top prospects. Morales, duh. Valar, yup. Mireles, yup. Karoa. Yeah, we're turning off international FAs in the next game. That's kind of broken the save a little bit. Yeah, has a short leash. With Tamon Kawai waiting in the wings behind him, I think hopefully that's enough to get him to, perform. All right, opening day. Knicks due to bad weather. Oh no, why is Tokunaga in this? You know what? At least the changeup's 30 out of 30. Whatever. Waluigi is going to be closing again. I am happy with that development. Wah. I have so many guys with better movement, and you start... I mean, he is the 6th starter we're talking about. Alright, opening day is a doubleheader. We are going to watch the first of these as Danny Paramo, the reigning MVP, and Ryotaro Yamaguchi lead the Eagles into battle against the two-time defending champion, Oryx Buffaloes, led by Oscar Munoz, Juan Andreu DHing today, and Nate Box. So I have, in my infinite wisdom, once again forgotten to set up the game strategy for all my players, but whatever. Ryotaro Yamaguchi, left-handed starter for the Eagles, one-time Sawamura Award winner, picked up 17 wins in 2036. This is his first start of the season. Team captain. As the Eagles try to regain their relevancy. And Takeuchi is going to doink a single into right. Good leadoff. That'll bring up new Buffalo, Tamon Kawai. We may have to fix his jersey number. Not sure if he still has 19 or not. How's Usui? Right, they just got him. Catch arm 50. Let's take a pitch. Let's see if they're thinking of picking him off. Nope. I've never seen that before. There was a rundown and Takeuchi is safe. He got out of a pickle. Gang, yeah, we're fixing the jersey number of Kawhi. He's getting 19 again. Have you ever seen a rundown and out of the park before? And Kawhi is going to check in with a line drive into right. Takeuchi is going to come home. He is safe. First RBI, first hit as a Buffalo for Tamon Kawai. And it's 1-0 Buffaloes early. Umeda takes a full count walk. Pitch was inside. And uh-oh. Munoz laces it into right field for a base hit. Tamon Kawai coming home, standing. It's 2-0 Buffaloes. Juan Andreu now. High drive to center field. The first out of the inning. Runners do not advance. Former Buffalo Seiji Taguchi making the play there. Jerry Lish swing on 3-1. That will be a 3-6-1 double play. Box guns it up to 100 miles an hour to get the strikeout of Taguchi. There's the third baseman, Orlando Diaz, who needs a new uniform. First pitch swing. Diaz on the ground to Watanabe. On to first for the out. The ever-dangerous Danny Paramo. Here's a 2-2 from Box. Swinging strike three on the Fastball. The heat is on. Morishita will ground out to his first base counterpart Paramo, 3-1. Here's the catcher now. Kawamoto had a rough spring. This is grounded up the middle. Shinomiya has it. Watanabe is going to float this to the third baseman Diaz. Left fielder Kazuhiro Kihara. Dangerous batter. Here at the heart of the Eagles lineup. On 3-1, he swings. Lish waits for it. Pinpoint throw. DHing today, Soshu Takata.
Strike 3.
Cutter gets the job done. Here's the catcher, Usui. On the ground. Morishita. Gold Glover. Gets out of the inning. Back to the top of the rotation here, or top of the order here. Takeuchi. Fly ball to center. Taguchi's got plenty of room out there in the spacious Sendai outfield. Kawai, little number in front of the mound. Yamaguchi pounces on that. Umeda, fly ball. Charging in Taguchi, and he has it. Much quieter since that opening frame. Here's Yagi. And that's going to be the first hit of the game for the Eagles. Line drive single into right. We'll bring up the second baseman, Mayuhiko Shinomiya. Box going to try and get something on the ground. Bunt attempt. They go to second to get the lead runner. Good play there by Box to field the bunt attempt. Three-1 to Doi. On the ground, Watanabe to Munoz. Back onto first, double play. Exactly the way we drew it up. Speaking of Munoz, here he is. And he's plunked. Yamaguchi took offense. Munoz waiting on his pitch to go. Andreu takes a strike. That's 2-1.
Strike 3.
And Andreu will strike out swinging. Oh, and 2 quickly on Lish. Interesting sequence there. Lish strikes out, but Munoz is able to advance to second on the play. Morishita will take a full 4-pitch walk. And you know what that means. Both runners will go. Munoz is safe. 2 stolen bases now for Oscar. Kawamoto with an RBI chance. That's high to left field and playable. Kihara made that look easy. Bottom of the 4th now. Nate Box still having only faced the minimum. It's going to induce a lazy fly ball to right. Umeda has that one. Full count to Diaz. Laced into right field. That will fall for a base hit. That brings up Paramo, and he is not the guy you want to see right now. 2-2. On the ground. Slow roller. Watanabe only has one play, and that's to get Paramo himself. We're going to dance around Kihara here. 4-pitch walk. 0-2 to Takata. On the ground, Watanabe is going to go the short flip to Munoz. No harm, no foul. Top of the 5th. Watanabe is going to try and bunt his way on. Oh, that didn't work. Takeuchi down the left field line. Diaz across the diamond in time. Kawai up the middle. Shinomiya's got it. Give Yamaguchi credit. He's really buckled down after that specky first inning. Box is matching him pitch for pitch, though. Yagi drills this to center. Takeuchi waits for it. 2 away. Shinomiya, the second baseman, former Buffalo himself, and he's going to get a line drive single to right. That seems to be the hit du jour against Nate Box at the moment. Lazy fly ball into center, little Texas leaguer, and now Doi's up. Here's Taguchi. Box in a little bit of a jam. That's a wild pitch. Both runners will advance. 1-2 to Taguchi. Laced into left. Ota, or Kawai's right there. Whew. Okay. Bailed out on that one.
Strike 3.
Umeda strikes out. Third strikeout of the day for Yamaguchi.
Strike 3.
Munoz down on K's. Andreu will ground out to Doi. This game's been moving at a good clip after that first inning. This is now third time through the order for Box, and you have to wonder if the call is going to come from the bullpen pretty soon. It's the bottom of the Eagles order that's been having the most success. That's a high drive into left field. Kawai's got time and space, though. Kihara, 3-1 count. That's outside and ball 4. Let's get our new guy, Nakashima, warmed up. 1-2 to Takata. Fourth strikeout of the day for Nate Box. 87 pitches through 6 innings. Should we try and give him a 7th? Let's just keep Nakashima at warming up at the ready. Jerry Lish checks in with his first hit of the season. I'll bring up Morishita, batting 7th this year. Fly ball into left. Caught out there by Kihara. Kawamoto, the catcher. Inside ball 4. Here's Watanabe. It's a sacrifice bunt. Lined right to first. Padamo is able to get it. Runners do not advance. Takeuchi will take a 4-pitch walk, and that sets up the table for Kawai. 3-1. And that's an RBI for Kawai. Buffalo's now ahead. 3-0. Joseph Yabur coming in now to deal with Masuo Umeda. The 1-2 to the big station. Called up on the strikeout. Hey, you know what? We're going to let Box hit the bricks. New pitcher into the game for the Buffaloes, Tamayo Nakashima, just acquired via trade during spring training. He very quickly gets to work here. 2 quick outs. Shinomiya popped up a mile high on the infield. Lish calls for it. 1-2, 3-7. We may just let Nakashima have the 8th, too. He only threw 5 pitches. One of them, and he's still got a strikeout, so that's first pitch, strikeout, first pitch. Very efficient.
Strike three.
Munoz having himself a bit of a season, or a bit of a start. Andreu to right field. Yagi gets it in. The GOAT. That's what Yagi is in Japanese. Lish on the ground. Shinomiya has it. Quiet inning. Gonna bring up Doi, Taguchi, and Diaz here for the Eagles.
Strike three.
Called strike three. 96 miles an hour on the radar gun. Nakashima's got a good four-pitch mix. Fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. He gets to hoof it a little bit harder coming out of the pen. Taguchi on the ground. Lish with a diving play, and he rushes the throw. That'll be the first error of the season on Lish. Here's Orlando Diaz, and we have got to hold Taguchi over at first. On the ground, Lish over to second to Munoz. Back to first in time. Morishita getting to feast on a righty now. But that's lined right to Taguchi. So we got righty, righty, righty coming up. Let's get to... Wait a minute. How bad are Waluigi splits? Not too bad. We're going to get Waluigi warmed up.
Strike three.
Let's do a pinch hit here. So Kaz Ota going to try and do something here. Nope, he's just going to strike out. Yabor with 4 Ks out of the bullpen. Well played. That'll bring up Fumitoshi Ishida to take over at shortstop. Coming in to close the game. You thought you had a chance? Too bad. Waluigi time. Paramo with a fly ball in the left. Kawai has it. Little liner right to Lish. Good work there to get in front of Kihara. And here's Takata. The 0-2 count.
Strike three.
Wah! That's the ball game. The Orcs Buffalo spoil opening night for the Tokurakuten Golden Eagles. 3-0 the score. Nate Box, you beautiful man. Good way to make up. And good, smart on the Eagles. They didn't burn too many pitchers out of the bullpen. We just used Nakashima and Koide. That still leaves Sonoda available to close in a pinch. Gotta love doubleheaders. We do need more wah in the chat when Waluigi is pitching. And we pick up the second game 7-5. Junichiro Tanaka going 7 1/3, runs into a bit of trouble, but Hisato Sonoda is able to pick up the 5-out save. Onizuka, Munoz, and Umeda all check in with their first doubles of the season. Taguchi with a 4-strikeout day. He's your problem now, Eagles. Eat pant. And we get walked off. Okay, Kaz Ota with a pinch hit 2-run bomb off Akira Ishikawa. Love to see it. But Sonoda blows the save. Or takes the loss. Haruhisa Kato can't close it out. Alright, I'll take a 2-1 series win. Oh no, Hiromi Ito out for season with a torn UCL. That may be out for career. That's hard for the Comets. They were really leaning on him. So credit where credit is due. Oh, Hideo Ota's on the injured list again. Ha. But it looks like the Spirit might have something cooking. Alright. Oh no. Look who's starting against us in our home opener. It's Judo Tanimoto. Mr. 25 Control is getting the call. I mean, he put up 9 strikeouts against the Spirit in his last spring training start, but we are going to be leaning on the take pitch button in this game. Marishita dealing with a bruised wrist. You know what? We'll let Juan Andreu take over and Jeets at first. So let's see, what is our... We're not going to play the game. Tanimoto up against Tony G. Jeets DHing. Okay, so Toichi still going to play first. Munoz, Ota. I mean, you can't ask for much of a better setup. Hurry back soon, Gatches. Yeah, 25 Control is oof, but when he's a reliever, you can work around that. When he's a starter, not so much. That's why we traded him to the Lions. Bunzo Mori is their ace. A 2-pitch guy is their ace, and he picked up 9 strikeouts in his first game, a loss to the Marines. Okay, like, I'm not going crazy here, right? Like, he's good. He's not that good. I deleted his change oof, specifically because he should not be getting starts in the rotation. Anyways, we're not going to bother talking about the only champions, the Barrett's Privateers, and the Bob Keaton Bobs. Sports Ghost 95. Before you came in, we traded Tanimoto and Mori to the Lions for Tameo Nakashima, who you just saw appear in today's game, and Haruhisa Kato, who blew the save in our third game. I mean, we intentionally traded him away because of the fact that Jeff Geary, our manager, seems to really like ignoring who I want to start. It is unfortunate. All right. Let's rip some packs. Let's spend some points. And then I will hand you over to whomever is streaming at the moment. So we're not going to bother with the other theme teams. I'm eagerly looking forward to Perfect Team 23 so I can get involved with the British Red Ensigns and the Second City Also-Rans as my 2... Ooh, okay. This is interesting. There is a Puerto Rican streamer who's in the middle of, I think, the championship over in his league. We may raid into him. That'll be interesting. All right. But hey, the Jokers are in a playoff spot, so good job for the people of Saint Louis du Ha-Ha! We got 9 packs to rip. Let's go to town. We actually have a shot at the division title too, okay. Bullpen's as usual a gong show, but who needs a bullpen when your starting rotation looks like ours? Okay, bunch of smiling stiffs. Alright, Fairbanks is new, but we've already... Oh, we haven't finished Name Game Pete. Okay, so we are going to keep Fairbanks. That's a nope. Fred Thomas is a dupe. Former Buffalo Julian Fernandez there. Ed Montague is new. Helps me out with a mission I've already completed. Okay. Nick Anderson, also a duplicate. So that's 2 more packs we've got coming our way. Cody Bellinger, also a dupe. Hey, that's a very good pack. All right. Mickey Tettleton is new to us. Prime Performers, Toronto, Harry Heilman Gold. Irish Moisel helps me out with the Giants Team Missions 3. Tasty. And Brooke Jacoby, former coach for the Blue Jays. Historical All-Star for the Central. Nice. Chris Bassett is new to me, but we've already finished his missions, so out he goes. I think starting a packs-only club at the start of the content cycle instead of at the end will help, because, like, look at all these. So close. 1 point, 2 points, 1 point, 1 point away. 1 card away for all these live missions still. I mean, I can never complain because we packed Ty Cobb. Oh, we got enough points to pick up 5 more. Let's see what these reveal. Dick Kokos is new. Or is it a duplicate? Sandberg's a duplicate. Juan Soto, though, is also a duplicate. So that's 4 more packs. Is Norm Miller new? Yes. Does he help me with any missions? No. Smiling Stiffs. Mostly smiling anyway. Rodrigo Lopez is a duplicate. Heine Miney. Duplicate. We've had Julius Chassin show up twice in consecutive packs. Alright, so Heine Miney is going to go up on the auction house. Five more packs. Let's keep on the rips. Diamond card coming. Double diamond! Whoa! Roy Thomas helping out with Pedro Guerrero Diamond and Team Missions Philly. Or Team Missions 2 for Philly. Love that eye. I don't think he plays with the club, but wow. That's a spicy pack. Also, 4 more packs. And that makes up for the drop in quality afterwards. Luis Garcia. Bill Buckner, first baseman. No, 1985. Okay. I've been meaning to reread the book that Stephen King and Stuart Onan did for the 2004 Boston Red Sox. That was what got me into baseball. The NHL was locked out. What am I going to watch on TV after school? The Boston Red Sox reversing the curse, of course. This was back when my parents had cable, too. Todd Walker inching me closer to prime performers for the Yankees. Ooh. Ooh, that could be something fun. Recycle the dupes. 4 more packs. All right, Buster Mills is new. Not in a mission. It's rebent. It's a dupe. Nope. Ralph Works. Duplicate. Another diamond card. It's Brendan Crawford. I've already finished all the missions for him, so I know we're going to lose out on some points, but yeah, we're just going to quick sell him. 4 more packs. Packs have been halfway decent today. Again, not Ty Cobb quality, but pretty decent. Earl Jones, the lead bronze here. Wartime Standouts mission. Hey, that's fun. Another diamond card. It's a duplicate of Carlos Rodon. So that means 4 more packs. And a Bob. Okay. Yeah, it's a shame that we didn't get enough interest in Net Your Dish back when we did the Saturday Stampede 75th episode. But I'm not willing to give up on the idea just yet. So, keep an eye out for the first episode of the Starlight. That's all I'm going to say. I think that gives us enough points to make it a 5th pack. Once we're done ripping packs, we are going to be calling it a day. I'm keeping an eye to see who else is streaming Out of the Park on Twitch, because we're going to raid into someone. Might be the LNP on Vivo. Continue the international flair today. Hey, Mike Musina Build-A-Legend. That's a duplicate. That'll fetch some cash. Okay. Tex Pruitt is new, but I've already finished the team mission. This may be the last pack. Ivan Calderon. That's a new card. Ooh, 3 missions. All-Star, Team Mission 2 for Washington. Prime performance for the Jays. Stillman's a dupe. Kurt Young's a dupe. Okay, so. That will bring a close to our pack rip. We're going to keep checking in on the St. Louis do Jokers until... oh, wow. We're doing quite well. Bullpen's a bit of a tire fire after the first 3 guys, but actually, this is a minor miracle. Trevor Hoffman is actually turning in a good season for the club. Good for him. Yeah, Berger isn't, so maybe we send him down. Who is it that was having a decent year for us that I shouldn't have sent down? It was Verlander, so let's place him on the active roster and keep him in a long relief role. We basically have 3 or 4 good bullpen arms, and that's it. Credit where credit is due. Borowy's turning in a halfway decent season. And Beej is basically a lefty spec. Still can't believe the Jays spent as much money as they did on him. But that's enough out of me. We are going to go throw it over to an unsuspecting Out of the Park development stream, or Out of the Park player, LNP Gazzetta. We're going to be watching some championship baseball out of Puerto Rico. That will about wrap it up for this episode of the Stampede. Next week, the final episode of the Saturday Stampede, we are going to be taking on our home opener for 2039. And I may have some fun things to discuss at that point. It's been a pleasure streaming for you today. Time is a gift, and I'm grateful that you choose to share yours with me. Firage, take us out. Have a great Saturday, everyone.